Thank you for tuning in to News Bits. Today we're going to cover a story out of California where the government cut off power to a restaurant because they were violating some local orders. So we're gonna dig in the Business Insider article, then look at the actual Burbank.gov kind of series of events, and then we'll close off. Hopefully, empower you guys to make your own decisions or draw your own conclusions. It's been a tough time right now for a lot of people, and emotions are high. So it's always good to try to get our facts as straight as possible. So here we go. The title is: A California city cut off power to a restaurant that refused to close during the pandemic, but the restaurant says it will use backup generators to keep serving diners. All right. So City of Burbank cut off electricity to Tinhorn Flats on Saturday. Authorities say the grill defied both state and county COVID-19 protocols, and the restaurant said it would carry on serving its customers by using its own power generator. So we've highlighted some of the key points. I'll link this article. You guys feel free to read through it on your own time. But City of Burbank in Southern California cut off electricity supply to a restaurant that repeatedly defied local orders by remaining open during the pandemic. City officials had also asked the court for permission to padlock the restaurant's doors, but that was not granted. So the court said, it stops at cutting their electricity for now. The restaurant, which has stayed open despite having its permit revoked, said it would continue to serve customers using its own generator. And its permit was revoked last year because it continued outdoor dining when it was banned. They don't give too much information in this article. I was reading a whole bunch of other articles to make sure that we had as many facts as possible straight. The complaints primarily related to outdoor dining when this was prohibited and to operating without a public health permit. Again, they don't have a public health permit because it got taken away because of outdoor dining. Not so clear in this article. Feel free to keep reading on your own. Tinhorn Flats operated in flagrant violation of the county's orders, Burbank officials said in a report late in February of 2021. This is without question injurious to the health and poses a serious risk to patrons, the neighborhood, and community at large. Therefore, constituting a public nuisance. The county filed a lawsuit against the restaurant, accusing it of violating emergency health orders and county codes and acting as public nuisance. City of Burbank filed the complaint, accusing the restaurant of violating municipal codes and of being a public nuisance. I think they just kind of repeated that twice. One was on the city level, one was on the county level. On March 8th, the court issued a temporary restraining order that required the restaurant to close. The restaurant did not close, and this is where we are now. So going through the order of events here, February 23rd, essentially what they did was they revoked a conditional use permit from the restaurant. Now, a day later, they issued a ruling on Tinhorn Flats, and they said, the city council unanimously authorized the initiation of a civil action against Tinhorn Flats to seek closure of the restaurant. The city is acting as expeditiously or as fast as possible, not good with big words as you could tell, within the confines of the court system. Well, I hope they're working within the confines of the court system. More details as to what specifics of the action will be released upon inquiry. So March 2nd, so about a week later, City of Burbank files a complaint against them for violation of municipal codes and abatement of public nuisance. Another week later, the court issued a temporary restraining order against the restaurant that requires the restaurant to close and not open without a county health permit and a CUP or city or conditional use permit. The court did not grant the city's request to shut off their electricity at this time or lock their doors. So at this point, this was about a week ago, the court was trying to cut their electricity. The city was trying to cut their electricity. The court said, nope, you can't do that. So the hearing on a preliminary injunction is scheduled for March 26th. At this hearing, the judge could continue the closure order and add further orders during this period. If Tinhorn Flats continues to refuse to close, the city will return to court for further orders and enforcement. So as you can tell, there's a little back and forth going on here. And then finally, what happens on the 12th of March is they continue to remain open without their, on their temporary restraining order. And so the Los Angeles Superior Court authorized the City of Burbank to disconnect the electricity to the restaurant after 24 hours notice. The court did not provide permission to padlock the doors at this time, but continues to reserve such a remedy as a last resort. So Um, if you go against their agenda, and I don't know, I'm not a a lawyer by trade or by anything else. But if you do something that the city is not liking, it seems like they can just kind of cut your power off and sooner than later padlock your door. Now, I want you guys to be able to draw your own conclusions, so I'm going to link this article and this city of Burbank, California's page to the video. Um, but yeah, just stay safe out there and try to get your facts straight because it is one confusing world right now. Thank you guys for joining into Newsbits. Until next time.